Morning and welcome to Gardening 365. And we're all just chilling here at Cherry Tree. Now then, what tasks have we got coming up for today and beyond? On over here now, we're walking towards the wildlife area. And what we did on the weekend, we cut some of the long grass down in the wildlife area just to start the next project, and that's putting a little splash pool at the top of the wildlife pond so that it'll transfer the water down to the wildlife pond itself. So I'm just going to change the camera over, and that's the long grass that we cut down. And on the last video I showed you our mulching lawnmower. Okay, and that's mulched all that grass away, so it looks pretty good actually. I think just some rain on it now and that'll green up. It looks exactly like the other grass. So there's a little splash pond, and at some point, probably not today, we're going to put the underlay in and then the liner on top of there and start to create the little waterfall down into the pond. And also what we've got is this excess wood pile of logs from when we had the hedge taken down earlier in the year. So what we're looking to do is to move those logs. Some will need splitting, so I think on previous videos I showed you the log splitter. Okay, and the ones that don't will just stack straight up. So that's the jobs for today. On my last video I said we got too many of these irises in the water, so what I'm going to do at some point in the autumn is rip a load of those out. And like I said, anybody that wants any of those, they're more than welcome. But also on them, they've got loads of these seed pods. Okay, and what I'm going to do is cut some of these off. Lorraine Temple said she would like some of them, so I'm going to cut some off and dry them and see how that works. So I've got quite a few there. There's a few in there if you can see. And there's also some over there, so I'm going to nip some of those off today and start drying them. Number of cherries now ready to eat. Okay, and I've just tried one and they are absolutely delicious. Sweet and lovely. Well worth the wait. And the best thing is there's still plenty more on there to pick. Whee! Morning. It's Friday, and for me it's the start of just over 2 weeks holiday. What does that mean? Lots of gardening and lots of Gardening 365 videos. And just a normal day up here at Cherry Tree. Baby ducks, ducklings are now sort of growing up. Here's some of the poppy seed and leaping seeds that I picked the other day and put it on the other video. I'm going to show you the next stage of that now. I've got to do a lot of this one-handed, so it will be tricky, but I'll show you what I'm going to be doing. So far this year we've got marigolds, as you've seen, poppies, lupins and irises. Morning. Saturday, I've just come down to the greenhouse and I've checked the minimum temperature yesterday, which was 14.4, and that includes overnight. Wow, that was a warm night. Bit of a murky day and rain forecast. Something interesting here. This is the raised bed area, and I just rotivated everything up the ground where we walk. Okay, and just let the grass grow wild. What we'll do at some point, we'll start mowing that. What Claire's done, she's put graze on to kill all the weeds, and bit by bit all the weeds will die down and the grass will grow stronger. And it's pouring with rain. I'm going in. It's raining very hard. Homemade blackcurrant jam on toast. just by my French beans at the moment. I'm just going to zoom in and show you the problem. Black fly. Okay, so earlier in the year, one of our group members called Steve Paskin recommended garlic spray. I've shown you me with the garlic spray before, but I think this will sort this one out. But because it's been raining, you need to keep reapplying it. Mini compost bin project. Just gonna have a look inside there, see what's happening. And it's still not really started that much. So what I've done is add some greens in, and hopefully that'll create a little bit of heat to get everything started. So we'll watch that over the coming weeks, and I'm just going to turn it over just before I put the lid back on. Happy feed day to you. 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 I've got another confession to make. Previous video, one of my first ones, I said I was going to try and experiment and not feed this tomato here. But guess what? Apart from the very first week, I fed it every single week. So my experiment has failed. So I'm just going to keep feeding that as normal now. Might try that one again next year. My Calabrese that I sowed a couple of weeks ago, looks like 9 of the 10 have germinated. The other one might still come through yet, we'll see. My outdoor tomatoes that I again sowed a couple of weeks ago, they're coming through now as well. There's 2 really tiny small ones in there and some weeds. But the other one, yeah, I'm not seeing anything in there. 2 definite in there and 3 definite in there. And here's a slightly bigger version. Slightly bigger versions again. Quite a bigger version of that as well. Just started pulling some of the onions. Okay, the crop's looking good this year. Okay, so what I do is put the fork underneath them and just lift them to save stretching the onion. Okay, as per the way I pulled the shallots in the last video. Just finished digging them all up and they're now all out. So there's some soil that I'm going to prepare very shortly, and we'll put a follow-on crop in there, likely to be carrots. But this is why we all enjoy our garden. This is why we love it, and this is why year by year we can put up with a few mistakes when we get a return like that. Okay, 1 small bag of onion sets produce that many onions, and that hopefully will keep us going most of the year now with onions. But first we've got to get them inside and dry them off. Prepared the soil now. If we get a little bit closer, see lots of little white in the soil. They're just the onion roots. I don't think they'll make any difference whatsoever, so I've left those in. And now got my board in place so I don't have to tread on the soil. And you will have seen that in previous videos. And if you haven't seen the previous videos, okay, there's now 13 of them uploaded onto YouTube. If you could watch them, I'd really appreciate it. Broad beans, I've already got a bag in the freezer for Christmas. So these will just go in the freezer now, and we'll have these any time of the year. It's only me that likes them, so I'm not doing loads. Now in the first row, I'm going to put some parsnips in. These are Guernsey, and these were given to me by Yvonne. So thank you for those, Yvonne. Might be a little bit late for these, but actually parsnips cope quite well with frost, so I think they'll be fine. And in the next row I'm going to grow some Amsterdam Forcing 3 Sprint carrots. And these are carrots that are known to be a little bit hardier. Okay, so you can sow indoors between March and May, which is something definitely I'm going to do. So outside between March and July. We're in July at the moment, that's perfect. And everything else there. And harvest around September time for outdoor sowings. And I'm going to get some of these inside after that as well. So this could be the perfect carrot for me. We'll see how these grow. Fingers crossed. 6 rows of carrots and 1 row of parsnips in, and guess what? It's starting to rain again. But at least I've been out and I've done some jobs today, so I'm feeling good about things. Okay, but Saturday night now, I'm going to go in, probably have a cider and a takeaway, which is something we don't do very often. So I hope you enjoy your Saturday nights too. And just before I go in, just wanted to show you these. Those are the onions. Wow. And that's one of the wild lizards, the common lizards, with a tail that the cats haven't got to yet. Lovely. The other day I said we was going to move these logs. Guess what? I lied. Hasta la vida, baby. Morning. Today's Sunday, and today we really are going to move some of the logs. Hopefully all of them, depending on the weather. Now moving those might look like we're destroying some sort of animal habitat, okay, and maybe short term, but over the years we've been very good at creating little environments for wildlife and encouraging animals to come to us. And this is our current bug hotel. So it's birch logs in lengths and grass over the top of it. Perfect to attracting wildlife. So then we're not sorry when we move them then, because we have got a replacement home for everything to go. Monday morning, and yet another wet and not very nice day. Indoor gardening is about the only thing really we can do today. But unfortunately, that concludes this episode of Gardening 365. Okay, but we will be back, and hopefully this week's the weather's going to be better, and we'll spend some more time outside doing our stuff. Didn't even manage to finish moving all of the logs yesterday, so we're going to be moving them, and we're going to be looking to get some water into the splash pool late this week. Okay, but thanks for watching. Okay, as always, keep inviting your friends to the Facebook group, and please go to the YouTube site, watch the videos. There's lots of them there now. There'll be 14 when I upload this one, and subscribe, and that would be absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much for watching. Bye. Enjoy your day.